An ancient golden chest that could kill with a touch. A weapon so powerful it could level city walls and strike down armies. A religious artifact containing tablets written by the finger of God himself. For over 1,000 years, the Ark of the Covenant was the most sacred and most dangerous object in human history. Then it vanished without a trace, launching the greatest treasure hunt of all time. Today, it could be hidden in an Ethiopian monastery, buried beneath the Temple Mount in Jerusalem, or locked away in a Vatican vault. Governments have searched for it, armies have died for it, and some believe whoever possesses it will control the world. This is the story of humanity's most sought-after lost treasure, and why finding it might be the most dangerous discovery in history. Welcome to Mysteries of Time, where we hunt the world's most elusive mysteries. I'm your host, and today we're tracking the ultimate lost treasure, the Ark of the Covenant. More than just a religious relic, the Ark was described as a weapon of mass destruction that could communicate with God, strike down enemies, and perform miracles that defied the laws of nature. Its disappearance from history has launched countless expeditions, inspired blockbuster movies, and driven treasure hunters to obsession. But what if the real reason no one can find it is because it's too dangerous to be found? According to biblical accounts, the Ark of the Covenant wasn't designed by human hands, but built according to exact specifications given by God to Moses on Mount Sinai. The instructions were extraordinarily detailed. A chest made of acacia wood, covered inside and out with pure gold, topped with 2 golden cherubim whose wings touched above a mercy seat. But the Ark wasn't just a container, it was a communication device. The Bible describes how God would speak to Moses from between the cherubim, giving divine instructions and guidance to the Israelites. This wasn't symbolic, but literal communication, with witnesses reporting seeing and hearing supernatural phenomena whenever the Ark was present. The dimensions themselves may hold significance. The Ark measured 2.5 by 1.5 by 1.5 cubits. If the ancient descriptions are accurate, the Ark's construction combined precious metals, specific geometric ratios, and sacred objects in ways that might have produced genuine physical phenomena. Inside the Ark were the original stone tablets containing the 10 Commandments, written by God's own finger according to Scripture. But other accounts mention additional contents: Aaron's rod that budded, a golden pot of manna, and possibly other sacred objects that enhanced the Ark's supernatural properties. The Ark wasn't just a sacred container, it was the ultimate weapon of ancient warfare. Biblical accounts describe its devastating power in battle, from parting the Jordan River to bringing down the walls of Jericho without siege engines or conventional weapons. The most detailed account of the Ark's destructive capabilities comes from its capture by the Philistines around 1050 BCE. After defeating the Israelites in battle, the Philistines took the Ark to their city of Ashdod as a trophy. What happened next terrified them so much they desperately tried to get rid of it. According to biblical records, the Ark's presence in Philistine cities caused plagues, tumors, and mass deaths. Statues of their gods fell and shattered in its presence. The afflictions were so severe that the Philistines moved the Ark from city to city, but everywhere it went, disease and death followed. After 7 months of supernatural torment, they returned it to the Israelites with golden offerings, begging for relief. Even among the Israelites, the Ark was dangerous to approach incorrectly. When Uzzah reached out to steady it during transport, he was instantly struck dead for touching it. The Bible records that 50,070 men of Beth Shemesh died simply for looking into the Ark. These weren't metaphorical deaths, but documented casualties from an object so dangerous that specific protocols were required for its handling. When King Solomon built the first temple in Jerusalem around 960 BCE, the Ark of the Covenant became its most sacred centerpiece, housed in the Holy of Holies, the most sacred space in Judaism. Only the high priest could enter this chamber, and only once per year on Yom Kippur, the Day of Atonement. The temple was designed around the Ark's presence and power. The Holy of Holies was a perfect cube, lined with gold, and separated from the rest of the temple by massive veils. The architectural specifications suggest the chamber was designed to contain and focus whatever energies the ark generated. Historical accounts describe supernatural phenomena surrounding the ark's presence in the temple. The sacred fire on the altar reportedly burned continuously without fuel. Priests' vestments never wore out, and the showbread remained fresh for weeks. Some accounts mention that the ark levitated above its resting place, supported by divine power rather than physical foundations. The ark's presence supposedly made Solomon's temple a center of pilgrimage and political power. Foreign dignitaries came to witness its miracles, and the wealth generated by these visits helped fund Solomon's extensive building projects and military campaigns. The ark wasn't just a religious object, but the foundation of Israel's political and economic power. In 586 BCE, King Nebuchadnezzar of Babylon besieged Jerusalem, destroyed Solomon's temple, and carried away its treasures. But mysteriously, the Ark of the Covenant wasn't mentioned among the looted items. Despite detailed inventories of captured temple treasures, the most valuable object in the ancient world simply wasn't there. This disappearance has puzzled historians for over 2,500 years. Did the Babylonians destroy it? Was it hidden before the siege? Did it possess properties that made it impossible to capture or destroy? The Bible's silence about the Ark's fate during this crucial period has launched countless theories and treasure-hunting expeditions. Some scholars believe the Ark was hidden by priests who foresaw the coming destruction. Others suggest it was removed from the temple years earlier during religious reforms. More dramatic theories propose that the Ark vanished through supernatural means, transported by divine intervention to a location where it awaits rediscovery. The mystery deepened when the Second Temple was built after the Babylonian exile. The Holy of Holies remained empty. No ark, no divine presence, no supernatural phenomena. The spiritual center of Judaism had lost its most powerful artifact, and despite extensive searches and hopes for its return, the Ark never reappeared. One of the most persistent theories about the Ark's location centers on Ethiopia, where the Orthodox Church claims to have possessed it for over 2,500 years. According to Ethiopian tradition, the Queen of Sheba took the Ark to Ethiopia after her visit to King Solomon, where it has been guarded by a succession of monks ever since. The Ethiopian Orthodox Church maintains that the Ark currently resides in the Church of Our Lady Mary of Zion in Axum, guarded by a single monk who is chosen for life and never allowed to leave the church grounds. This guardian, known as the Keeper of the Ark, is supposedly the only person who can approach the artifact directly. What makes the Ethiopian claim intriguing is the detailed cultural traditions surrounding it. Ethiopian Christianity incorporates Ark-related rituals and festivals that date back thousands of years. Every Ethiopian Orthodox church contains a replica called a tabat, and annual celebrations involve elaborate processions that reenact the Ark's journey from Jerusalem to Ethiopia. However, the Ethiopian Church has never allowed independent verification of their claim. The supposed location of the Ark is off limits to outsiders, and even high-ranking church officials claim they cannot approach it. This secrecy has led to speculation that either the church genuinely possesses something too dangerous to reveal, or the tradition is maintained to preserve cultural and religious significance. Another compelling theory connects the Ark's disappearance to the Knights Templar, the medieval military order that controlled the Temple Mount for nearly 2 centuries during the Crusades. According to this theory, the Templars discovered the Ark during their excavations beneath Solomon's temple and secretly transported it to Europe. Historical records show that the Templars conducted extensive digging operations beneath the Temple Mount, supposedly searching for relics and treasures from the original temple. They built their headquarters directly over the temple's ruins and maintained exclusive access to the site for generations. The Templar theory gains credibility from the order's mysterious rise to power and enormous wealth during their time in Jerusalem. They quickly became Europe's most powerful financial institution, funding kings and nations with resources that seemed to exceed their known income sources. Some researchers suggest they leveraged supernatural artifacts or ancient knowledge discovered in their temple excavations. When the Templars were suddenly disbanded in 1307, their treasure disappeared along with many of their members. Some escaped to Scotland, others to Portugal, and their ultimate fate remains unknown. If they did possess the Ark, it could have been hidden in any of dozens of locations across Europe, from Scottish castles to underground chambers in France. One of the most dramatic chapters in the search for the Ark involves Nazi Germany's obsessive quest for supernatural weapons and ancient artifacts. Heinrich Himmler and the SS Ahnenerbe conducted extensive expeditions searching for religious relics, including the Ark of the Covenant. The Nazis believed that ancient artifacts possessed genuine power that could be harnessed for military purposes. They sent expeditions to Tibet, Egypt, and the Middle East, searching for everything from the Holy Grail to Atlantis. The Ark of the Covenant was considered the ultimate prize, a weapon that could guarantee victory in their quest for world domination. Some accounts suggest Nazi expeditions came close to locating the Ark, with reports of discoveries that were immediately classified and removed to secret facilities. However, the chaos of the war's end scattered these records, and much of the Nazi occult research remains classified or lost. The Nazi interest in the Ark has inspired popular culture, most famously in Raiders of the Lost Ark. But the historical reality was far more extensive and systematic than Hollywood depicted. The Third Reich invested enormous resources in archaeological expeditions, specifically seeking supernatural artifacts that could provide military advantages. Modern technology has opened new possibilities for locating the Ark of the Covenant, but it has also revealed how difficult the search really is. Ground-penetrating radar, satellite imagery, and advanced archaeological techniques have been applied to numerous potential locations without definitive results. Several contemporary theories place the Ark in locations ranging from a secret chamber beneath the Temple Mount to hidden vaults in the Vatican. The Temple Mount theory is particularly compelling, as Islamic authorities have historically prevented extensive archaeological excavation of the site, leaving many underground chambers unexplored. Rabbi Yehuda Getz, former chief rabbi of the Western Wall, claimed in the 1980s that he had discovered a chamber beneath the Temple Mount that contained ancient artifacts, possibly including the Ark. However, the discovery was immediately sealed off due to political and religious sensitivities, and no independent verification was allowed. Other modern theories suggest the Ark was moved to Rome during the Jewish diaspora, hidden in underground chambers that eventually became part of the Vatican's extensive archive system. The Vatican's secret archives contain millions of documents and artifacts, many of which have never been publicly disclosed or studied. Perhaps the most intriguing aspect of the Ark mystery is the possibility that it remains hidden because it's genuinely too dangerous to uncover. Ancient descriptions of the Ark's lethal properties might not be metaphorical, but literal warnings about an object that poses real physical hazards. Some researchers have theorized that the Ark's gold-covered construction, combined with its specific dimensions and internal contents, could create electrical or electromagnetic effects that would be dangerous to humans. The biblical accounts of instant death from touching or approaching the Ark might describe genuine electrical discharge or radiation exposure. If the Ark does possess dangerous properties, its discovery could pose unprecedented challenges. How do you study an artifact that reportedly kills those who approach it incorrectly? How do you verify its authenticity without risking the lives of researchers? The practical difficulties of safely investigating such an object might explain why it has remained hidden despite intensive searching. The possibility that the Ark contains radioactive materials or generates electromagnetic fields has led some researchers to suggest that ancient peoples possessed knowledge of physics and chemistry that we're only beginning to understand. If true, the Ark might represent technology that we're not yet prepared to safely handle. The search for the Ark of the Covenant continues across multiple continents and cultures, driven by religious faith, historical curiosity, and the lure of the ultimate treasure. Yet after 2,500 years of searching, the Ark remains as elusive as ever, existing somewhere between history and legend, fact and faith. What makes the Ark mystery so enduring is that it operates on multiple levels simultaneously. It's a religious artifact of immense significance, a historical object that could revolutionize our understanding of the ancient world, and potentially a technological device that demonstrates capabilities we don't fully comprehend. The absence of the Ark from history might be a significant as its presence would be. Its disappearance marked the end of an era when the divine supposedly communicated directly with humanity through physical objects. Its rediscovery could herald a new age of direct divine intervention, or reveal that ancient peoples possessed technologies that could fundamentally change our understanding of human history. The Ark of the Covenant remains the ultimate lost treasure, combining religious significance, historical importance, and technological mystery in a single vanished object. Whether hidden in an Ethiopian monastery, buried beneath Jerusalem, locked away in Vatican vaults, or destroyed by time and conquest, it continues to inspire searchers who believe that finding it could change the world. Perhaps the Ark's greatest power lies not in what it was, but in what it represents: humanity's eternal quest for connection with the divine, understanding of our past, and hope that somewhere in our world, genuine miracles still exist waiting to be rediscovered. The search continues, driven by faith, curiosity, and the tantalizing possibility that the most powerful artifact in human history still exists somewhere on Earth, waiting for the right person to uncover its secrets, if they can survive the discovery. The Ark of the Covenant remains history's greatest treasure hunt, combining religious mystery, ancient technology, and the ultimate archaeological prize. Where do you think it's hidden? Is it in Ethiopia, beneath the Temple Mount, or somewhere else entirely? And if it's found, would it be humanity's greatest discovery, or its most dangerous? Share your theories in the comments below, and don't forget to subscribe for more investigations into the treasures and mysteries that continue to elude discovery. Until next time, remember, some treasures are lost for good reason, and some mysteries are too powerful to solve.